Welcome everybody back to Chasing the Chips podcast. We are back. This is Charles Dixon here with my friend
Joshua Davis.
The 9th streak in a row winning Suns guy. He's all hyped. You can see the energy. it's
not a row, baby.
Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. I saw Monty say he hopes they can win 50 in a row. So good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, you did predict.
Oh, I believe he said 60.
60 in a row?
Yeah.
Isn't that how many games you got y'all winning? 60? And you got the best.
Not in a row. But obviously
in over. Okay.
But 60 overall. That's what he said.
But how's it been going?
So it's almost like we have like a telepathic kind of like vibe going. You know, Monty and I swear, man, he just knows. Like when I'm thinking of like what plays, like you gotta get Chris Paul the ball, we gotta get DA. He's hot right now. Monty's like, all right, Josh, what do you want? What do you want right now? Okay, and then makes it happen. It's wild. Monty and we got that.
Okay, so everybody, it is because of Josh the Suns are on a 9-game winning streak. His artistry, his offensive takes, his defensive strategy, it's just hands down one of the best. So he's making sure he's letting Monty know exactly what to do, because Monty, over all the years that he's known coaching, that he just had to go and get advice from the guy that he never coached basketball, even children. Even
he's yelling through the TV, man, all the time. Like it's just that missing piece, you know. So I don't want to take all the credit, but I'll take most of it for sure.
Okay, right, for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, how's the streak working out for you guys?
No. The streak is over. We lost to the Bulls, who were the best team in the East, even though they're second to the Wizards, which is a whole nother level of I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't think they stay up there, but for them to be the best in the East right now is like,
it's a statement. I mean, I like it. I mean, I feel like I knew that they were going to be decent. I mean, they do have a good squad. Like, I think Kuzma gets a bad rap just because, I mean, when it's like the LeBron James factor. Like, whenever you start playing on LeBron James' team, like, you see your stats fall. And, like, he was not clutch during the playoffs, but everyone knows Kuzma is a good ball player. You know, and you got KCP, you got Spencer Dinwiddie, Bradley Beal, he's a baller, all-star. You know, so I mean, and then Montrezl Harrell. I mean, you got a squad over there.
They do have a squad, especially in the East. I think there's a lot of these wins are sneaky wins. Like people didn't take them seriously driving in, going in that game with schedule on the scale. Oh, we put the Wizards be all right, and then they go in there and just lose. So I feel like that's probably the biggest thing. I think the second half of the season is when they're really gonna get tested because people are really now like, okay, y'all for real. So let's just pay attention and prep for this game.
Yeah, good for decent.
But going back to your streak, Suns playing real nice right now. It's very, very enjoyable. Good basketball. I don't think any of the games have been on national TV. To be honest with you. So
what's that supposed to mean?
They don't mean nothing. It's just no one's trying. No NBA TV or TNT trying to have the Suns. Wait, were y'all on national TV or any of these games?
We were against. Was it the Trailblazers or the Hawks? I think it might have been the Hawks.
It might have been the Hawks.
National TV. But yeah, honestly, like so. To recap the last 3 games, the first game was versus the Grizzlies. I really thought the Grizzlies were going to put up a better fight, and they didn't. Like it was just a very underwhelming game. Like I think there was like 7 players on the Suns that scored in double figures. Even Abdul Nader scored like 10, 11 points. And when Nader's like dropping double digits on you, all the stars just need to sit down and just play the next game. So that was just a very underwhelming game. I think the Grizzlies are good this year, but they can't find consistency, it seems. And then we played the Rockets, which was another easy matchup. It was fun to watch Jalen Green. I will say that his shot selection is very rookie-esque.
Fair.
Like, yeah, and it's just like he shoots a lot of tough shots, and he's not necessarily known as like a good jump shooter, you know. So it's like I think he still needs to work on his game in that regard, and he will. I mean, he's amazing. He'll be able to figure that out. But it's just maybe this year is not the year that he takes the Rockets anywhere. They're still going to be in the bottom of the West, and that's just how it is. I'd say it's going to be between them and OKC in the bottom.
Oh, the Pelicans.
Oh yeah, the Pelicans. Yeah, Pelicans
suck.
Yeah. Zion, what are you doing? I don't know. Couch potato over there. But yeah, so Grizzlies, Rockets, 2 easy matchups. And then Timberwolves.
But whoa. I gotta show my guy this right here, this little nutmeg right here, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh wee.
I think that was against a rookie. Poor him.
Just
all got you. He was setting up the whole time.
Ooh wee. Just not even fair.
Yeah.
Just not
Chris Paul just plays with these young guys, and it's fun. He seeks them out, and I know that he's looking for them too. He'll get the switch on a pick, and he's just playing with them. You know, that game too, he was getting a lot of steals. I think he got 5 steals, and he's a veteran that loves to pick on young players, and it's just fun to watch. I enjoy it thoroughly. So then the Timberwolves were yesterday. And honestly, both teams were offensively were just not all there. The Suns always play really bad when it's double back-to-backs, when it's back-to-back games. And that second game is always we're always short. All of our shots are short. And we hit that front rim. I would say Anthony Edwards I really expected more out of him in that game. I didn't really think he scored more than 10 points that whole game.
And he got shook.
Yeah, he got
crazy.
Yeah, he did. See, another young player Chris Paul's picking on. I wish you'd been able to finish that, which was
I know, right? Everybody was showing it all over the place, but they always cut off the brick at the end. Right. And I was like, something's wrong here. Why haven't they showed us the entire play?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. You're just shooting that over Cat.
But yeah, you saying Anthony Edwards is I mean, he's having a great season though. He's having a fantastic
season. Having a great season, but and he put up 40 something points against us last year. So it's nothing against us. I just think that he was just having an off game yesterday, and he had a chance to tie it, but at the end there was 4 seconds left. And he chose to step back and try to win it with the 3, and then he fumbled the ball, and then they lost the game. So it's just I don't know. I think that's a young player kind of mentality. You know, most of the time, if there's a couple seconds left and you have a chance to tie it, just shoot that mid-range. You know, but he wanted to win it, so he kind of got caught trying to win the game, and he ended up fumbling the ball.
Yeah, it's one of those mindsets that if the coach doesn't say, "Hey, we're going for the win tonight," a lot of young guys kind of don't know what to do in that situation. You got to commit. That's the thing about last shots. You got to commit to what you're going to do. You're going to come out okay, I'm about to shoot this 2-pointer, get to my spot and send the overtime, or I'm going to get to my spot at 3. But if you're trying to go out there and freestyle with time winding down, everybody yelling, a good defender on you, you got to know what you about to do.
Yeah.
You can't just be out there.
Get a high percentage shot always, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. And then I have an interesting fact here that someone sent me. So in the end, in the fourth quarter, Towns shot 5 of 6 over the first 9 minutes of the fourth quarter. And then D'Lo, who I'm just not a big fan of in general, basketball wise. I don't know the dude. But Russell.
Glad we clarify that, everybody. Clarify that you weren't talking about him personally, just basketball. Right?
It's never personal.
Right.
Not a big fan. So mind you, Cat 5 of 6 for the first 9 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then D'Lo takes 7 shots over the final 3 minutes, and he only made 2 of those shots, including the last 3, which he was wide open, and he just off the back of the rim, trash. You know, so I don't understand. If your best player is Cat, why the Wolves not focusing on him shooting that last shot? It's not like he can't shoot the ball. I mean, and it's just down low. The man is probably the best 3-point shooter on that team, surprisingly, and he's shooting really well from 3 right now this year. So it's just why not give him the ball? Why is D'Lo taking that many shots at the end there? It doesn't make any sense. So for all you Timberwolves fans out there, I'm sorry for y'all, but you need to get D'Lo. I mean, he needs to be a facilitator, especially in the end of the game. I'm sorry. You're just not built for that. You know, Cat, close it out. They would have won that game, honestly. I really thought that we weren't playing that well, We did turn it up in the end there, but they could have won that game easily if Cat would have just had the ball in his hands in the end.
Yeah, but they just don't think about that thing.
Yeah.
But, on our end, after we ended, the Clippers decided to keep winning. You know what I'm saying? We beat the Heat. We came back and beat them. That was a big game for PG. You know what I'm saying? It was a big team-oriented game. PG played a lot, 38 minutes at 27 points, but also Eric Bledsoe had 21, Reggie Jackson had 22, Luke Kennard, had 12. So when we play a good game and keep the turnovers down, we're a very good team. And then we came out and smacked the first of a back-to-back against Timberwolves and smacked them by how y'all barely beat them. We beat them 129 to 107. You know what I'm saying? Nice little
apples and oranges, my friend.
Yeah. and then our second back-to-back, which sometimes I wish when we do back-to-backs in the NBA, I wish we have the softer team or the easier team second. So if we half-ass or we just played so well the first one that we still have enough energy to beat the other team. But our second back-to-back was against the Chicago Bulls, who are really, really, really good. You know what I'm saying? I went to the game yesterday, saw them play the Lakers, and they smacked the Lakers. And it's just DeMar DeRozan is playing MVP level right now. And once again, another dark horse. Didn't have him going. He's part of the Dark Horse MVP club with PG. You know what I'm saying? That's sneaking up there. Right now, everybody got KD, Jokic, Steph, the usual suspects. But, those two right there. But DeMar, man, his mid-range is incredible. But we're going to get to that in a little bit. But it's the thing about how we had 20 turnovers against the Bulls. We came back down 17, but 20 turnovers. And this is not the first time we've had turnovers like this. We've had, I want to say 3 20-plus turnover games. And it's bad. We get really bad with the ball. Paul George is one of the main culprits that I always get mad at my guy out of him at games, because fourth quarter, he starts to just fumble ball off his foot, bad dribble somewhere, bad pass. And he still has the nice points and everything, but sometimes his turnovers just be at the wrong time. Just be momentum be coming and just trick it off. And I'm like, well, come on, man. But I enjoy the streak. We're top 5 in the West now.
Yeah. Y'all playing good.
Playing well. Y'all number 2. The Mavs are 3.
I ain't worried about the Mavs.
They winning too. So it's a very, very interesting. West is still going seesaw, but it's really only between 6 people, like we said it would be. It's so funny that we said it'd be the Warriors. We said it'd be the Lakers in there somewhere, but they're down at the 6th spot right now.
They'll come up.
They'll come up because when they get healthy, they're missing a lot of people. They're missing a lot of pieces that I feel like they'll be a lot better with than what they're playing with now. The starting lineup with THT and I don't know. Avery Bradley.
Is Malik Monk starting?
He came off the bench, but the fact that Avery Bradley's starting is just.
Is he starting?
Yes, he started. He's just supposed to be if he's starting, you're not a good team. You're not a good team. Yeah, so
I mean, he's good at defense, but that's about it for us.
I know. Come off the bench though. Come off the bench and be good at defense. You shouldn't start. But big ups to y'all Suns. Congratulations. Hope the streak stays alive. Who y'all got next?
Well, I think we got the Nuggets, and we got the Mavericks 2 games in a row, which I love beating the Mavericks. Part of it is because there's a subtle feud between Luka and DeAndre Ayton, just because they're 1, and I think Luka was. Everyone's saying that he was supposed to get drafted number 1, but he ended up getting drafted 4th, right? Or
something like that.
And traded with Trae Young. Anyways, there's we always do well against the Mavs.
3rd, he drafted 3rd. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. And I just love beating them because I just don't think that they're that good. So I mean, maybe I will eat my words after for our next podcast, but I am not worried about the Mavs whatsoever because I just don't think that I think their best scorer, I mean, Kristaps is
29.
Yeah, he's been playing great, but he's also like hit or miss. I feel he's very inconsistent nowadays, at least. And then their second best scorer typically is Tim Hardaway Jr. And I am not worried about that man. I'm sorry. If that's your second leading scorer, then we all right. And then I do like Brunson though. Brunson, he's a dog. I like watching him. But overall, Mavs, let Luka score his 30. And we'll be all right.
Slow down everybody else. Lee, take it from me. I'm a Clipper fan. We play them all the time in the playoffs, and everybody always, I get text messages like, Crayon, Luka's coaching y'all. Luka's doing this, burning y'all up. And then I'm like, at the end of the series is over. I'm like, hey, man, who won the series?
Yep.
Oh, man. So what, bro? But Luka still killed you. I mean, I don't care. Luka can have all the points that he wants.
Right.
You can ask all the greats. You can score a bunch of points. When he ain't winning series, nobody really care. Nobody care. You can talk about it. Oh my gosh, he's a great individual player with no accolades to show for it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just not.
At least Trae Young got wins against they beat the Sixers. You know what I'm saying?
And the Knicks, right?
And the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? They made it almost to the They almost made it to the conference. They made it to the conference finals. I'm tripping. They made it always to the conference finals last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So. And he led his team there. And I'm not going to go out there and say the Hawks are a way, way better team than the Mavs. You know what I'm saying? They're better. I will say I do, but they're not like, oh my gosh, it's like night and day. But no, it's just a different vibe,
The Mavs will sneak in the playoffs.
They said they will. They will. They're going to drop. They're gonna drop down to like that. So they might do the play-in. They might not. I don't know if I think they're good enough to miss the play-in, but I don't think they're good enough to like get past the first round again. So
no, not worried.
The Warriors doing Warrior things. They finally lost to the second time. Another team in the Pacific Division that we got to touch on. They lost to the Hornets. They came back and the Hornets, smacked them at home. And it's because the Hornets lost to them in Golden State, or in Oakland to be more exact. And then there's the Kings, and we will move on.
The Kings, nothing really to talk about. Marvin Bagley is definitely leaving at some point, but
they let him go. They got boy man on a chokehold.
Yeah, I don't know. Sense. Play that man. I don't get it. But whatever.
Let him go.
Whoever. I don't care.
But first, we wanted to quickly chat about, because we had this big old argument earlier in the week that Josh here is saying that Devin Booker is the best 2-point mid-range game in the game. I disagree, but I think DeMar has the best mid-range in the game, and I was about to throw Paul George in there, but out of the three, I had to go 1, 2, 3 is DeMar, Devin, and PG. And I don't know if I'm just a spur of the moment because I just watched 2 full Bulls games.
DeMar's playing great,
but this dude gets to his spots. It's crazy. It's just like a nice little dribble, side dribble, throws the ball under his arm, steps already over there. He gets there, fade away to the left. Boom, 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 crossover. I'm gonna get to my spot. If I have a wide open 3, now I'm gonna take a 2 dribble in mid-range. Like he wants to shoot 2s. And he wants to shoot 2s, and he's still gonna make 2s on you while you know what he's going to do. It's just, and that's when I know somebody's really on another level, when they can just get whatever they want anytime they want against anybody. And it's just
DeMar DeRozan has always been notorious for mid-range just because he never shoots 3s. So I mean, he's good, but I'd say it goes Devin Booker, DeRozan, Chris Paul, other people, and
Chris Paul,
that's how it is. So I'll pull up some stats here. So, and I'm going off last year, right? Because it's not the sample size for this year is just not enough. I mean, people are riding the hype of all these other players, but let's be real. Let's go off. It's a bigger sample size.
Okay, go ahead.
So between 8 and 16 feet out, with field goals made last year per game, Devin Booker is at number 1 at 2.8 field goals per game, shooting 52.7%. Underneath him is DeRozan with 2.7, shooting 48.9%. He's just obviously shooting more field goals. But then you got Kevin Durant. Then you got Chris Paul, Joel. I don't even see Paul George, honestly. Karis LeVert's over Paul George over here. But not saying Paul George isn't good from mid-range.
I'm going off this year. I know last year he shot way more threes. I definitely agree with that stat. Last year he definitely did. He's definitely in his mid-range bag this year more so. He's just trying to get points. He's more focused on points, because at that last year he's playing with Kawhi. Kawhi's a mid-range god, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So he had it's pretty much like how DeRozan and Zach LaVine is. Like DeRozan takes all the twos and Zach is all threes with a little bit of twos. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I enjoy Paul, but what people are saying is Paul is better as a 2-point range. He's more consistent in scoring. He's better. That's his game. So
he's clutch.
He changed his game for Kawhi. I think this will kind of open him up to like, okay, Kawhi, you see what he's doing? Like, you got to give him his mid-range and you got to go 3-pointer from time to time, Yeah. So,
and here's another interesting fact is that when you break it down even further and more granular, is that from 15 feet to 19 feet, take a guess who's number one?
Devin Booker?
Chris Paul, baby. CP3. So he's at 1.8 field goals made, shooting 52%. And then behind him, and this is last year, is Brandon Ingram. So interesting facts. But honestly, the Suns are looking good in the mid-range. I mean, that's just our bread and butter.
That is y'all bread and butter, though.
I mean, that's all we shoot. I mean, we shoot a lot of threes. I mean, Jay Crowder shoots a lot of threes. And then everyone else is just mid-range. Like our two best scorers are, within that 19 to like 8-foot range, so that's pretty much all we shoot. That's why we don't get a lot of free throws, is because we're always shooting jump shots, like in the, high mid range. We're not driving as much as we should sometimes. But it is what it is. We know what we're good at. That's all that matters.
So we're going to go into a few clips that we saw over the break. And I do want to say the Suns are a good one. And I moved on because like he's so into the 9-game winning streak. He can talk about the Suns in this winning streak this entire podcast if I gave him the chance. Josh just keep going about all the good things the Suns are doing well. And
I haven't even brought up Mikal Bridges yet.
Oh, I didn't. We skipped. Mikal Bridges is good. He's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Third person on the team we think about. He might not. What are you gonna make with All-Star team here? Probably not.
Whoa.
Probably not. But who probably will make it off of just of a GP and just being himself, even though he probably shouldn't make the All-Star team this year. This guy, Anthony Davis.
AD, what you think happened in that third quarter? What's up? No defense. Can't score.
I don't know if I'm more mad about him chewing his gum hella loud. Like, bro.
I feel like this is a problem. AD's been in LA way too long.
Wait. You showed the tech again. He got kicked out.
Every third quarter that we played this season, we come out slow, lackadaisical, offensively and defensively.
He threw him out because he couldn't put his shoe back on.
Right, and he wanted him to stop the game. I'm like, that's not how the game works, bro. Like, why doesn't everyone remember when Mike Miller shot that three with one shoe on when LeBron was on the Heat? It's just like, just because your shoe fell off doesn't mean that everyone's going to stop the game. And that's what I'm talking about when like AD's been in LA way too long. He wants that superstar treatment. And it's just, man, like the game is just not about one player. Like, you got to put your shoe on or throw it out or call a timeout. If you just expect them to just like stop gameplay because your shoe fell off, that's ridiculous. I mean, you deserve to get kicked out for like yelling at the ref for that bullshit, but it is what it is. I don't know what he said, but the ref
he just said
the ref was not having it.
We know we're also and now we always talking about the GOATs and people that are really good to us and We think, Jordan, the LeBrons, the CP3s, guys are very, very good at their position. The one guy we always talked about, man, this guy is one of the best two-way players ever to play the game. And he's making us all forget this because he just won't stop talking about MJ. And our guy is him. I was a great player as my
There's always going to be a standout in the crowd. And a lot of those occasions, he wasn't the standout, but he was chosen to be the standout.
Okay, Scotty. Like, why is he always just like, I understand that he just came out with a book, right? So he's just obviously trying to get some clout.
Yeah, right.
Controversy and stir some shit up. That way people will check out his book. I get it, the tactic there. But he's always just been like, man, I'm sorry that you played with Michael Jordan and he took away all of the attention away from you. And you were amazing. Like, you got your rings. Like, why do you have to compare yourself to MJ? We all know that MJ is better than you, bro. Like, trying to like make it into something it's not. Like, you're just looking foolish.
Sure. And it's just like, bro, no one's saying that MJ won you your rings. Like, no one's saying that, like how they talk about Kuzma, like LeBron won Kuzma's rings. Like, no one's saying, look, hey, Scotty, you're nothing without MJ. Like, no one's, I don't think anybody in their right mind that's not a casual basketball fan that watched the game know that, like, bro, MJ doesn't win those rings without you. Scotty, you don't win the ring without him. That's how it is. Most of the teams that any championship team, we talk about that. Curry doesn't win those other rings without KD. KD doesn't win those rings without Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like, or, the first rings, everybody has their guys that are with you when they win. Now there's guys that are lucky to be on the team, like a Kuzma at the time, or we can go on all day about different teams, about guys that were just lucky to get a ring.
Yep.
But when you to go on this, I think he's been doing it for like 3 weeks, a month. I understand the book is coming out. I can't wait. I want to read it. I'm finishing Will Smith's book first, but then I'm gonna go to your book, Scotty. You better be better than KG's. KG's book was fire. So it's like, and Andre Iguodala's book is really good too. I just want everybody.
Oh, that was good. Yeah,
that was really good.
That was.
But it's very annoying now. Like, bro, calm down. Talk about your book. Talk about how good it is. Sell us the bourbon, whatever else whiskey you selling to. Just stop telling us that you're as good as Michael Jordan. You're not.
It's just him stirring the pot. It's a tactic, whatever. And he's just, I guess he's just upset that more people focus on Michael Jordan than him. But I mean, whatever, dude. You got your rings. You're like rich. What do you? I mean, everyone knows that you're an amazing player. What's the problem? Like, why do you have to be better? Why do you have to be looked upon as better than Michael Jordan?
We're on the same level that's like very, very extra. Like, I'm on the same level. Me and Michael are great. We both are great. I mean, great. No one said you're not great, bro.
Right.
You just didn't have a good career after the fact. You know what I'm saying? You just went to the Rockets and didn't do well, went to the Blazers and lost a 20-point lead. I mean, you're up, and the Lakers shouldn't have won that game, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. I will say, though, that Scottie wouldn't have won them rings without Michael. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I would say Michael might have won a few rings. Do I say 6 without Scottie? But like at least 4. At least 4, 5. But we're gonna get to the clip that Josh and I just couldn't believe was happening. We got some like fake coaches out there teaching kids how to do things
all the time.
I just gotta let y'all see it. This is too much. I was a high school basketball coach, and this right here is not what I didn't teach you. I did teach Euro step when they asked, but I wouldn't be. This is just 1, 2, 3. Like, what are we doing
in the world over here?
What is going? And they missing the layup though. Like 1, 2, 3. Layup, miss layup. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss layup. 1, 2.
I mean, I get that he's trying to teach them to, think of other ways of moving and like, implementing the Euro step into your game. But I mean, you gotta call out a travel when it happens. Like, you're not helping these kids out by showing them how to travel.
It's not. It's just it's like swivel steps. I mean, come on, man. But he always said, can you count missed layups? And like, I get it.
Can you count how many steps?
Bruh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, bro.
So
not everyone's a coach.
Not everybody's a coach. Yeah. Not at all. Just bad basketball. But I don't even know what else to say. Like, it's just
I know my lane. Listen, I'm not gonna be coaching anyone but my kid whenever I have a kid, but I'm not gonna be sitting here trying to pretend to be an NBA or a basketball coach and try and teach people. But the fundamentals, right? And you're not gonna teach these kids these. You're not gonna add these bad mechanics and these bad, moves into these kids' regimen. Like, you don't want them to be traveling all the damn time. You want them to be able to utilize the Euro step. But I think sometimes you maybe introduce that a little too early for these kids. They just need to work on like fundamentals, like shooting.
Fundamentals. Just work on making 20 layups in a row. You know what I mean? Right. You know how long it used to take me as a high school basketball coach to have my team score 50 layups in a row? Just full court. Hey, we're gonna all right, start a practice, 50 layups in a row.
Yeah.
That's sometimes when teenagers, when they were just like in their feelings, that could take an hour. Yeah. Just to make 50 layups in a row as a team. Right-hand layups. Everybody, right-hand layups, 50 layups in a row, call it out. And then I'll say, all right, left hand. It'd take an hour. But I knew it was very necessary for them to learn mentally how to stay locked in and make it, especially because they just had to do mental checks. Like, hey guys, there's 12 of us. We got to make 50. So everybody's got to make at least 5 in a row. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we all do that, we'll be done in 3-4 minutes. Nope. Somebody's always tricking off. Somebody's joking, laughing. Think he got easy layup, roll off the rim. Boom, got to start all over. Roll off the rim, start all over. Roll off the rim. And
you get that stuff down, then you can focus on the tricky shit,
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty much it. That's the show. That is it. The Suns are going to continue the streak. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Hey man, I know you're excited about the Suns, but you don't have to like.
I'm not.
Stuff in your mind.
But I do like y'all winning. Winning Suns is cool. You know what I'm saying? The Pacific Division, the top 3 teams are doing very well. The Warriors, the Suns, and the Clippers. Bottom 2. Well, those Kings are decent too. They down there. They're not as bad as the Lakers, but I don't know what's going on in there. But anywho, I appreciate y'all watching. We appreciate y'all watching. Keep it locked in for Chasing Chips. We're going to keep it going. Follow us on Chasing Chips Pod on Twitter, Arena of the Mind, Davis Joshua J on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up, ask some questions, all that jazz.
Yeah. And we're getting better every game or every podcast. We're just going to continue to progress. And so it's just fun, man. We're just like recording this as friends and there's no real intentions, but it's casual and we're just having fun.
The intention is how we like to listen and take this advice. So when all this stuff happens, when teams that start doing what we say they be doing, like Josh says, yelling through the screen and having communication with Monty,
Yeah, he's hearing me through the TV. And Monty, if you're listening right now, I appreciate you listening to me.
All right then, peace.